Hi, my loves. How are we doing? All right, we're back. It's been too long, but I'm coming in with how are you feeling about this person? How is this person feeling about you versus what is the outcome? Now, I will tell you off the bat, the outcome is December. Something is coming through in the month of December for the both of you, okay? This is a reading I'm going to really let my guides kind of lead the way, but something has changed. That's the only thing I keep picking up on. The only thing I'm picking up for this reading as far as channeling is timelines, okay? But as far as the details of what happened between you and this person, we're about to tap into. Timeline-wise, this Mercury retrograde has been very, very important for the both of you because there's been a lot of introspection and a lot of reflections been done. Both parties, but two different stories, right? Let me make this so clear. If you've heard from this person during this retrograde, this reading's not for you. This has been, I think it's been a minute since you've heard from this person. And the reason I feel like it's come at the end of the year, because for one, I feel like big plot twists in a funny way. But again, something has changed drastically right now during this Mercury retrograde from the both of you. And we're going to see what that's about. And like I said, because for a while, if you haven't heard from this person in a while, clearly there's been some form of tensions that has been happening. But yeah, boundaries, stop, speak up, and self-discipline. For some of you, this could be your longest form of no contact you've ever been through. But if that's not really the case, you guys have had at least, I want to say, few months. At least for a lot of you, this collective, you probably haven't even heard from this person in almost a year. Maybe at all this year. But definitely this retrograde, you have not heard from this person. I will say that because there's been a lot of isolation being done on both parties. If this does not apply to you, sit right with you. You don't want to hear what I have to say. That is okay. I will be back some other time. I go long and detailed, so do not make these details fit. I just want to tap in the overall energy right now, and then I'll break down how are you feeling and, how's this person feeling about you. Okie dokie? What's going on? What is happening? Let me start with 4 cards. Okay. So I got priority, soulmate, gift, retreat. And at the bottom of the deck, flow, which is all about surrendering. Would I just say something has definitely shifted? If I'm going to be honest, I'm seeing 2 people that are finally looking at each other like, oh my God, they're the one. Now, what is coming in the month of December? Now, I'm not going to jump the bat and say December is union. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to break more down, but I feel like there's been truly an awakening, a softening period that has happened between the both of you. And I always say sometimes when 2 people are coming, I guess, into union or finally doing the, oh my gosh, they're the one, it can be rocky because naturally, if there's been tension, if there's been pain between you and this person, let's be real, real life, you're not going to scrape it under the rug and just move on with your days with each other. No, that's not how it works. Can you forgive this person? Can you really build maybe a friendship with this person? Can you build a relationship with this person? Okay, that's what this Mercury retrograde has made the both of you reflect on each other is, can you forgive each other? And to be honest, do not make it fit. I think you have. I think there's been a release that has happened. I think the both of you look at each other now as a gift. 2 people have pointed the finger at each other. And I'm not going to play this game of who was right, who was wrong. The both of you were. But at the same time, the both of you were in the right about each other's feelings. Both of your feelings are validated. Let me make that clear, okay? Okay, I think what has happened, that's where I'm saying you and this person could have had some time together. Because I'm going to be honest with this retreat right here. This talks about like new experiences. I feel like the both of you have led to completely different stories. Whether it is maybe you or this person or the both of you have found new loves, you've traveled, you have, moved, you experienced different careers, whatever the case is, you both have moved on at one point from each other. Maybe not emotionally, but physically and mentally you did, both of you, okay? And I think now both of you are in this process of I understand it had to happen. I had to go find new love, or they had to go find new love, or, I had to go find a new career or get my life together. You both are at a mature state right now. You're finally understanding the purpose of this connection. The both of you separately needed to grow the F up. Right person, wrong time. Where before, you didn't feel that way. They betrayed me. They lied to me. And very much well, yes, you or both you could have done messy stuff to each other. I'm not validating your guys' emotions. But at the same time, you guys are understanding. I understand why this all had to happen. Now both of you are in a trusting period. I do not make it fit. I don't think this collective, you're doing the please Lord, give me my man or give me my girl back, but you're not giving them the middle finger either. You're just understanding the connection. Apology, I am sorry. I'm telling you, you got something coming. I think this person, I want to cry. Oh my God. I think this person, no, I'm hearing I messed up. I messed up bad. I think this person really screwed up with you. Okay. Something is caught up to them. Immediately, I am sorry. I feel apologetic. I'm on my knees. I am so sorry. This person hurt you with this new experiences. I think this person clearly, and I think this collective, you did that. Both of you. But I think that what this person is apologetic about is they, yes, moved on with their life. They did go experience new things out of life. But I think this person, in a way, did it as if they ripped you out of their way, ripped you out of their heart. They really treated you at one point like you did not matter, or you didn't make a difference to them. And that's where it's that I'm sorry. And again, I'll break it down. But immediately, it's I wanted to cry. And I feel like there's been a lot of tears this month. This collective. So sign, this would be a tough Mercury retrograde for you. I think you're heavily thinking about this person. Oh, my neighbors just turned on their Christmas lights. Sign. Christmas lights could even be significant. Maybe that's something coming. Maybe this person wants to take you Christmas light, watching or whatever. Maybe that was a memory between you and this person. Okay, Christmas. Fear, holding back. I lost my train of thought. Ooh, my ADHD kicked in, but holding back, overthinking. I think this person has for a long time been terrified of you. And I'm going to be, like I said, I'm seeing two people. At one point, you pointed the finger at the both of you. But I think maybe this collective, you want to apologize to this person too. Because again, I think there was clearly tension here. I love you. I think the both of you have done this month of I love my person still. There's been a huge release that has happened. And I think the release was anger, pain. So I got inner child and then false connection right here. But what's funny is your first row, you got soulmate. I think for the longest time, the both of you looked at each other as POSs or karmics, or that was nothing. I think the both of you tried really hard to scrape this connection out of each other's lives. You try to move on. Again, both of you, this never happened because it was too painful. You guys could have each other blocked, one or both of you. The only thing, I don't do not make these fit. I don't think this person came back this retrograde at all, but something that could have happened between you and this person is either one or two things. For some of you, you or this person could have unblocked each other, or you both could have added each other on social media. That doesn't have to apply to you, but that could have been something. But I don't think this person's reached out. There's nothing yet of coming forward, because again, with that fear and holding back, and like we saw at the bottom of the deck, this person in a way is scared to approach you. Especially, let's be real, majority of people on this earth do not take accountability, and if this person is not really good about taking accountability, that is really difficult for them. And especially if this if your person is kind of wounded, if their pride has always gotten in the way and showing vulnerability. And again, I felt when I felt tears. I actually felt sympathy. Like, I felt empathy. And I think this person, I will say, whatever's coming is genuine. But I do think that this person right now is like skeptical because especially this, your person is a man. Let's be real, men. Let's be real. Men are taught that, they can't show feelings. They're not supposed to cry. They're not supposed to do this, that, and the third. There's been lessons with this person's life about expressing emotion. So, sign, this person clearly was not empathetic towards you. They could have literally been cold towards you. Show no emotion, act like they didn't care. I think it was the opposite. I think it tore them apart. But masking, so what did they do? They had to go live new experiences. They maybe false connection. Maybe that's another thing. Maybe you or this person, feel like it's this person. I'm not going to lie. Maybe I feel like it's this person. I think this person had to go through a false connection. Let me confirm that. I think this person had to go literally live other romances, friendships. Shut up, meditation, introspection. Either this person was in a relationship or they could currently be in a relationship. I feel like, it's kind of like they had to go see if the grass was greener on the other side. Nope. This person had to go learn some lessons, but so did you. I always say masculines deal with everything externally. Feminines deal with everything internally, right? So yeah, this person had to go live probably crappy connections, go get themselves into a relationship to understand, oh crap, that relationship's not good. That's not what I really want. And that's where I try to explain to feminines, gender does not matter when I say that gender doesn't matter. I always have to explain to feminines, and naturally I get it. If this is definitely connection, if your person moved on to somebody else, I always try to say, I understand it's hurtful watching maybe somebody you love go live with, move on with somebody else. But I always say, go let them live their life. As hurtful as it is to hear, let them live their life because they need to go through those experiences. You weren't going to teach them, especially if you do look at your person as a divine connection. Divines do not teach each other external lessons as far as inner child healing. That comes from internalizations, right? So yeah, this person had to actually go learn lessons to wake up about you. Just like this collective, you had to go sit in a corner in isolation. That's where I feel like maybe this person got in a relationship. You could have, don't get me wrong, I don't think it took off the ground by no means. Neither did this person. Regardless, this collective, you had to go isolate in a corner and really sit and internalize about this person. I'm saying all this for a reason. Maybe this collective, you did get angry that this person went and got into another connection. Maybe you did feel betrayed. And I get that. Again, if you look at this person as your divine, that is very hurtful to watch someone you love go move on with somebody else. But maybe, I'm going to be honest, I'm seeing literally meditation. That is what's happening right now, this month of Mercury retrograde in November. You have cooled your pants a little bit as far as this person had to go experience this to wake up. I was never going to make them wake up. You were going to enable them, and you know that. Did this person handle anything with you correctly? No, I will say that. They did not make you the priority at all. But again, I think you're getting out of your own way of there was just lessons that had to be learned. Okay, so then I got competition and fast movement right there. That's what I'm saying. This has got a notification sign. This has been a lesson you have came through this month, and I think it has hit you like a lightning bolt just as much as it has this person this month. You had to understand about self-worth, competition, multiple option, eyes on another. I think you've always, and again, if this person went and got into another relationship or have unfortunately always prioritized karmic relationships over you, I think you've always took that anger and utilized it as a competition between you and the third parties. In reality, you were never a competition. If you are the divine feminine, you are the shit, baby. You are the baddest bitch. You're not competing with these other women or men. Gender doesn't matter. Okay? You finally woke up and understood that. You've never really been angry at this person really moving on. I think you've been angry at the fact they never really chose you. So that anger never really, yes, again, this person moving on did piss you off. I'm not going to sugarcoat that part, but a true shadow work this person reflected back to you is this person never chose you. And you had to do some shadow work on that. Why? Because people in your life never chose you. Childhood wounds are significant here. Specifically, maybe a father figure for this collective. Never really, even this person too. Vice versa. And or you finally woke up. I think low-key you always thought you were in competition with karmics or the third party or the new boyfriend or the new girlfriend or the friends they're attracting. No, it's the opposite. You had to walk away from that. You finally got it with that fast movement. So yeah, this person could have put you in competition with other people. I feel like this person, unfortunately, like I said, has always chosen other people over this connection. Always thought the grass was greener on the other side. And I think at one point you finally did hit that, you know what? Go water that grass. But you sat with anger on this person for a long time. There's been a huge release. Maybe for some of you, you look at them as a blessing, right? In a way. Maybe you have forgiven this person. Be honest, have you? And if you have, that's okay. There's been a release that's been done here. If you're sitting with anger and doing the F them, F that, that's not your reading. You've released that this month. Again, you finally got it. And yes, it is uncomfortable. It's nothing about this is like, oh, just deal with it. No, it is hard to deal with it. Again, to watch someone you love go love somebody else, it's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow. But you've released it. But for a long time, you did not. Whereas this person makes me curious that they looked at you as a little cuckoo. Shut up, unexpected. I'm telling you something at the end of the year. A past life connection. Shut up. Let me do one more and then we'll break this bad boy down. Okay, and then I got the grounding has been taking place. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be you, could be this person. But there's been some grounding that is clearly happening right now, this retrograde, which is really good. This could be a very uncomfortable month for you, but this is leading you towards your soul purpose. This person has pushed you towards your soul purpose. Again, for some of you, you could have, experienced other connections just like this person has. Again, maybe false ones, but still. But this collective, you've learned some lessons too. I think with that getaway, with that retreat, I think this collective, I'm seeing more isolation. Maybe this collective, you never really moved on. As far as, again, you could have went on dates, but I don't think you got into any commitments the way maybe this person has, okay? I think maybe you traveled, you changed careers. For some of you, you could be thinking about moving. There is something about you got something mainly on your mind right now. Maybe you got moving coming up for you, or you're planning on moving. You want to move. You both have had different, literally, life experiences. And I think your pride has always gotten you in the way, like I said, of, their life experiences, they had to go love somebody else. That is the hard part of true past life connections, divine connections. Two people need to go live different lives. And that is hard. You have finally let it go. And that's where I feel like December has finally shifted into this. You guys are ready for proper communication. Whereas, I'm going to be honest, a month ago, you probably would have told this person to go to hell. I think you would have told them straight up to go to hell. Because there was so much anger and so much. Let me do one more for that anger. Because like I said, with that false connection, for the longest time, I think you did look at this person as a false connection. Let me do one more. Conflict. Are you kidding me? Arguments, disagreements, two people that never were on the same point of view, which we're about to get into of what really happened in this connection. Lots of emotions have been pouring out. I think, like so with that grounding, I think you've been feeling emotional about this person. There's been tears, like, sobbing, snot coming out, tears about this person this month. And with this grounding, again, you're thinking about moving. You're thinking about stability. You're, like I said, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn could be you or this person, but like I said, bonus points. But like even then, there's grounding taking place. we are approaching winter. It's like literally the old life cycle has died. You're about to start a new one. That's where I'm feeling like you're moving. You're thinking of long-term effects for yourself. But again, I don't think you're in a position of like, oh, I want my person back. But you're like, I forgive them. I've released them. I've letting it go. Do not make it fit. Now let's get into this collective. I want to see now, how are you feeling about this person specifically? Okay, this will kind of help me tap into past and present. Okay. How is this person? Sorry, no. Just kidding. How's this collective feeling about their person? Okay. How is this collective feeling about their person? Let's start out with 4 cards. How's this collective feeling about their person right now? I'm telling you, Dark Knight of the Soul, that's exactly what I've been saying. This collective, do not make this what you're going through this month of Mercury retrograde about your person. There has been at least a night, like I'm seeing literally you've been crying so hard snot was coming out. You have reshaped the way you have thought about this person. You looked at this person for a long time as a piece of shit. Now you're like, no, this was my soulmate. Whether I'm actually meant to come back to this person, I get it. But it's been uncomfortable. It has not been a pretty pill for you to swallow. My person, I love them still. And it's almost like inner turmoil. You want to know what I really feel like is going on in this collective's mind, especially if your person right now, for some of you, if they're still in a connection with somebody else, maybe you're in this mindset of like, I have to be okay if they decide to marry this person. And maybe that is something you're like, about. I'm sorry, trigger warning, but maybe that's something you've been through in your head, literally. But again, it's not... but at the same time, I think you're also creating scenarios in your head, and it's coming from a place of release. It's not a bad thing, but relax. You don't know anything, but I think you are doing this. I have to accept that, yes, I love them. Yes, this was the most painful thing I've ever been through. And if there was somebody else, I could have to accept the fact that they can marry that person or that they could get married someday. That's where I'm saying there's been some time and distance between the both of you. Sagittarius, that's what I'm saying. Sagittarius season is going to be significant, but even then you could be a Sagittarius. And mirroring, what did I just say? Sagittarius energy. It says mouthy, tactless, selfish, temper, messy, dogmatic, and forgetful. Wow. With this whole reading, we saw that apology. I am sorry. That's where I'm saying this collective, you may have something to apologize about to this person. Whatever your guys' last form of communication was with that Sagittarius energy here, I think that you did go off on this person at one point, whether it was setting that boundary of enough's enough, or I'm sick of you, or you called them out on something, and it did push this person away, which rightfully so. I think it came from a place of, again, especially if this person's always chosen other people over this collective. I think this collective, you hit a point with this person of enough's enough. You're actually an asshole. Sorry, that language. I'm becoming more mouthy. I've noticed this reading, I'm cussing a lot. Maybe this collective, you have like a mouth of a sailor, and that is completely fine. But that is exactly what I'm seeing out of this collective. You hit a point of enough's enough. You're not going to treat me that way. But that's where I'm feeling the tears, is maybe you're also in this inner turmoil currently of, will this person forgive me? Got a notification sign. Will we ever? That's where I'm saying you got something on. I don't think you're in this mode of expecting to hear from this person at all. Do not make it fit. I don't think in a way this person's in your energy radar, because again, especially if things ended kind of the last time you guys were in communication, you could be in this mindset of, I may never hear from them again. And I also may have to be okay with that. Maybe that's something else you're going through. You're putting yourself through a lot, but it's okay. You're doing some releasing. That is good. But at the same time, you are okay. You are safe. Everything's going to work out one way or another. There is an understanding going on about this person. Let's see more about what's going on. And then I also got Aquarius energy. You could be an Aquarius, independent, progressive, altruistic, artistic. You could be an artistic person. You could be somebody that's heavily tattooed. Something about tattoo watching. This person's currently, well, I think the both of you in a funny way are watching each other, and that's where the mirroring's kind of coming in. But anyways, as I was saying about the tattoos, you could be heavily tattooed, or I'm even hearing you could be a tattoo artist or wanting to be a tattoo artist. And with that watching, maybe this person like admires your tattoos, like they love your artwork. Like there is something about body art that is very significant for this collective. Let me see more about this Aquarius energy. Okay, and then unsent messages. That's where I'm saying I think this collective, maybe this month, you've had your moments where you've thought about reaching out and saying, hey, it's kind of like you're wanting to throw up the white towel, the white underwear and say, okay, I surrender. I'm sorry. But I think, again, with this inner knowing, this understanding of this connection, you probably, especially, again, if this person's done wrong by you bad, you kind of do the, nope, this person's got to come to me. I think this, as much as great, this collective, you're taking accountability, I think this person did hurt you. And you know that. But I also do think that is something you are in reflection about this month. As much as, like, yes, there's been a big release that has been done and you have spent so long in anger or over this person. Now, all of a sudden, okay, I forgive you. I release this, blah, blah. You're still in this mode almost confliction. You don't know how to feel about this person because you haven't talked to them. So you don't know if you want them back or if you don't. You just know the connection. And that's another reason I think you haven't reached out to them. Like I said, don't make it fake. You haven't talked to this person. I think you've had that urge to, but you're like, but again, if I always say feminines are very spiritual, or usually the spiritualist ones. You could be very well aware of this Mercury retrograde. Don't do it. You could be very well aware of that. Like I said, for you, this could have sucked for you. There's that watching that came out. Even if I'm gone, I am still connected to you in some way. I can't cut you off completely. Again, this is how this collective feels. But I am afraid to return. My only interaction with you is through social media. I miss you. That's where I'm saying, like, I talked about the blocking, unblocking stuff. Maybe this collective, you unblock this person. And I always say with blocking, because I always get, as a psychic tarot reader, that's the number one thing I get a lot. Is my person block me? What do I do? Relax. There's nothing wrong with blocking, because obviously it's there for our protection. There to assert boundaries. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that's what this collective, maybe you've always been the blocker. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. But there's a difference between blocking and playing games. And not that you did it intentionally, but I think what really happened, what really triggered this collective, but again, you switched it over to anger. If this person, again, moved on and I don't know, if whatever they posted, I think triggered you, whether it is with a new person or just whatever they were doing with their life, it pissed you off because, again, they weren't directing their attention towards you, so you would block them. And you would take that as, well, I'm asserting boundaries. No, you were just triggered that they shared some stupid meme on their Instagram story. You got triggered and you blocked them. When I see couples like this block, it comes from a place of trigger, not from a place a lot of times of boundaries. And maybe that's something this collective you've done some reflection on. Did you really block this person? And yes, or were you really triggered? And I think you know that. So sign, you could have unblocked this person. But yeah, then there's the regret. I signed this collective. I think you're going through your emotions about this person. Wow. It'll be interesting to see how they feel about you. Let's do one more. How's this collective? How are you feeling? Magical Muse, you're the little unicorn. And then forgiveness. I think in a way you're wanting to know if this person there is some air with that Aquarius. Anytime this Aquarius card comes out, that is somebody with a sharp tongue. Aquariuses are my sharp tongue. Specifically, you could have an Aquarius moon. Maybe you've said some things you kind of didn't mean or you regret or what, and maybe you're kind of curious. Again, inner turmoil was your first card of, will they forgive me? Can I forgive them? But again, I think you are in this process of forgiving this person. That's where I feel December. But that's where I'm saying, my little unicorn, you're clearly a little witchy, spiritual person, and I don't need it. For some of you, you could be very good with astrology. You could have a very good knowledge base about astrology. That's where I'm saying with that magical muse right here, this person could have looked at you as cuckoo at one point, which we'll get into that, because I want to see what did this person do, okay? But all right, that was beautiful. It's been an uncomfortable month. This too shall pass. But now let's see, how do you feel about, or I'm sorry, no, I did that again. How does this person feel about you? Okay. How does this person feel about this collective? Start with 4 cards again. All right. How does this person feel about you? Oh, let me start out with 4 cards. So I got Libra energy, fateful encounter, distance, and forgiveness. That's where I'm saying this person, I think you are taking some, obviously, inner accountability. This person's really like, that's where I felt that teary-eyed in the beginning of the reading, is this person knows they messed up with you. They want your forgiveness. Holy crap. So you or this person, I got Libra energy also. I did say that, but this person could be a Libra. Something happened Libra season with this person, okay? Like I said, this person could still be in a dynamic. For others of you, know they could have went through a breakup, if you know, during Libra season for some of you. But if that's not the case, something happened during Libra season. That's when for them things started to shift in their world, especially in their encounter. But I think there is a lot of reflection on since Libra season about you during this time apart. For some of you, no. Let me do one more for that Libra. Because I was going to say, for some of you, you could have heard from them Libra season, but no, that just does not feel right. Let me do one more for that Libra. Divine timing. Okay. So, no, that's what, something shifted within your person in Libra season, whether they did go through a breakup or something happened in their relationship that's making them think right back towards you. Okay. I think before Libra season, I'm going to be blunt with this collective. That's where I'm saying at the beginning of this reading, you could have not seen or heard from this person almost a year, over a year, a minute. They didn't, I think this person really did easily detach from you a lot of times during your guys' separation, and now they're feeling very much attached. Again, Libra seems to be very significant. So they've been dwelled on you for a few months, and this collective, you may not be fully aware of that. I think they're reflecting on the distance that you were fated. You are literally right here, impossible to avoid. This person clearly tried to avoid you. I think this person, again, marked you off as crazy, especially if you're a witchy spiritual person. They could have really labeled you as cuckoo. They could have talked some about you. This person really did try to discard you. They tried to avoid you, and now everything is caught up to them. Why? Yeah, angel numbers of synchronicities. They're haunted. I'm hearing that song Haunted by Beyonce. Let me see what happened. Oh, mentally materialistic. Again, this is how this person looks at you. More concerned with what people think of them and their status in life, obsessively focused on money, or cares deeply about owning luxury goods. Okay. Oh, and then spiritual practices flinged out, rebuilt. Okay. So again, during this time apart, got a notification sign. Unfortunately, I don't think this is exactly a secret this collective knows, but this person could have slandered you. And especially if you did have this F-off attitude towards this person, this Collective, clearly, again, like I said in the beginning of this reading, you went and either got a new career, met new friends, maybe did go on a few dates. Like, clearly you've leveled up in your life as far as maybe career-wise, your stability, going to go travel. And this person's always been jealous of you. You were the epitome as, again, trigger warning, this person looked at you as too much. Okay. They looked at you as you wanted too much out of life, when in reality, you knew your worth. But what happened, what failed for why this ended up splitting off, as bad as it sounds, I think this collective, maybe at one point you really did dim your light down for this person. This person did label you as too much. You knew what you wanted out of life before you met this person, and this person knew that. And instead of saying, wow, this is a man or a woman with goals, with ambition, yes, they did look at you like that, but like they did the good God too much. For some reason, this person could be very much younger than you. For some of you, there could be an age gap there. But this person kind of looks at you as literally like this. Like, you just wanted money, 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 money. You just wanted things. And instead of being proud, I think they were kind of jealous of you for that in a lot of ways. And that's where I'm saying they could have. But yeah, with that spiritual practice, I think this person, instead of just being proud of you, and I think they were in their own way, but again, that was their shadow, as you brought that out of them, was their jealousy, not just towards you. But I think this person has a habit of being jealous towards other people. Maybe this person maybe is not the most supportive when it comes to even their friends or family. And instead of just saying, I'm proud, it's like, oh my gosh, like maybe this person looked at you at one point as a show off. Like, maybe you did buy like a new car, a house. You went and, traveled to this state or this country, and they're like, it's like this person did smirk at you. What changed? I got Leo energy. I got a lot of signs that are popping out on this reading. I got Leo energy. Shut up. I was used to being the central focus of everyone's attention, but your magnetism outweighed mine and I was insecure. Shut up. This person was jealous of you. You want to know what I think that happened? Whatever connection they were in, are in, try to be in, I don't care. I think this person went with someone that, as bad as it sounds, that was exactly like them. And I think that's where all the reflections came in. Because I always say, again, I know it's hurtful watching somebody you love go towards somebody else. But when I see this nonsense, they go to easier, not better. Again, this collective, you know that now. You know that. But this is what this person's reflecting about. I went to easier. I did not go to better. No wonder this person's I think this person slandered you. You may be aware about it. You may not. I don't think it would be a surprise out of this collective. What is this forgiveness? Let's do one more. Victim mentality. I think but like I said, I think it was the both of you. Like I said, the both of you were at fault for each other's downfalls. Like I said, you're taking accountability, so is this person. But like I said, I think this person did screw up more. I will be honest, I think they did. I think this person really labeled you out to be this crazy person, all because you set boundaries with them. You told them to F off. You told them to go to hell. Whatever you did. And like I said, in a way, yes, this person, if you did, like I said earlier, lash out on this person. Could this person have a right to feel what they feel? Sure. But instead of saying out loud, yeah, but I, did them wrong, it's like they flipped the story into them being the victim. I think this person was the bad guy, but they're going to own up to it. That's what I'm saying. This person's is genuine. They understand that it's faded, that all this time, I think they look at you as like walking karma, but not in a bad way. I don't think this person looks at you as a bad way. It's like, dang, it's like that instead of looking at you as the bad guy, they look at you as you taught them a lesson. And the lesson was you let them go. And that's what's bothering this person the most this month. You have really released them, and they've picked up on that. Typical. They're doing the, oh my God, where'd you go? So that's another reason I'm feeling December. If your person's in a dynamic with somebody else, even right now, with all due respect, a breakup needs to go through. But for some of you, a breakup could have already went through. Like I said, back in Libra season, something has shifted. I think your person's been sitting in the dark night of the soul period for the past couple of months. There's been a what faithful. Oh my gosh, I get it. And again, it's not so much of like this person didn't want you to be the one. I think, again, if this person labeled you as too much or you were too this, you were the opposite. You were the perfect package. They were insecure. But instead, again, of owning up to that, they deflect, they put that on top of you, and that is not okay. And that's where the apology is kind of coming in. Now let's get into what is coming in December. Is this, like I said, we all know they're going to apologize. We know that part. But how is it? Let me see how does Source view this connection in the month of December. Whatever is coming is genuine. And it's going to be unexpected, but let's just see. How is this person in this collective going to look in the month of December? Let me start out with 2. Okay. So I got the 5 of Wands and then the Queen of Wands in reverse. With that, nothing is yet set in stone. That's what I'm saying. I do think this person is apologetic, but it really depends on this collective too. Again, some of you, yes, I forgive you. No, I don't want you back. Or yes, I forgive you, but yeah, this is going to take time. And again, but it also, free will is a matter here too. If this person's choosing, again, to go back to their 5 of Wands nonsense, walk away. With that, it really depends how the both of you behave. It's time to release negativity, what I just rambled on about. And then I got the full moon in Scorpio. Well, we actually passed a new moon in Scorpio. Sorry, but still. This is something you've been doing during Scorpio season, is releasing, negativity. I feel like this person, Libra season, was significant for you. Scorpio season could have been very significant for sure. This was actually really beautiful, but unfortunately with the Hierophant there, this is tied into free will. And if they do go back to the wolf, they choose other people's sign, they don't really love me, but that's emotional immaturity. That's why I briefly brought up this person could be younger than you. But again, you don't need to put up with that. True twins, true soul ties are to teach each other about yourselves, not exactly to come into union all the time. You could be lucky and come into union with this person, and you guys can have a 10 of Pentacles and a beautiful life together. The choice is yours. I hope this helped, my babies. Good luck.